So dropshipping has changed a lot over the last year. Due to new laws and regulations and changing markets, things have kind of been in flux the past few months. But now that things have finally settled, we now have a much better picture of what dropshipping is really going to look like in 2025. And unfortunately, a lot of the old ways of doing things are just not going to work anymore. So in this video, I'm going to break it all down for you. I'm going to tell you what doesn't work. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to actually dropship the right way in 2025. So at a fundamental level, dropshipping actually hasn't really changed all that much. It's still the same basic system that has existed for decades. So if you're not familiar with dropshipping, the general concept of it is very easy to understand. So you're going to have customers like this one right here who are going to be shopping online. And they're going to buy a product from you. They're going to pay you money for it. And what's unique about dropshipping is that you don't own any of the inventory yourself. Instead, as soon as you get an order in, you're going to forward that order to a supplier. And the supplier is the one that actually houses all of the inventory. So what happens is, as soon as that order is sent to the supplier and you give them some of the money, it's going to be less than what you were paid for the item from your customer. What the supplier is going to do is they are going to ship the item directly to your customer, completely hands off for you. So this is a lot different than a traditional e-commerce model where you would normally send the product directly to the customer. That doesn't happen with dropshipping. Instead, we have this middleman here who is a supplier. And what makes this so powerful is that you don't actually have to house any of the inventory. This saves you a lot of money because not only do you not have to pay for the inventory and the warehousing of it, but you don't run the risk of having a bunch of items that may never sell. That is a huge loss for a lot of companies and is a huge headache because you have to figure out what products are going to sell successfully. If you get it wrong and you have all this inventory that you're sitting on, that can cost you a lot of money. So this is why I love dropshipping, because it doesn't have any of these problems at all. In addition to that, because you don't have to store the inventory, you can literally do this from anywhere in the world. Once you set this up, as long as you have access to the internet and customers have access to your products on there, then anytime you get an order, you just dispatch it to your supplier who will ship it directly to your customer, so you don't ever have to handle the inventory at all. Now, over the years, we have dropshipped on a lot of different websites, trying to take advantage of all the different shifting markets and all the new marketplaces out there. And some of the places to dropship, quite frankly, have better than others. And honestly, a lot of the marketplaces we used to sell on just don't work anymore. This is really important to understand because if you try to build a dropshipping store on a website that just doesn't work anymore and just doesn't get traffic, all you're doing is wasting your time. So let me break this down for you. One of the first places we ever dropshipped was on eBay.com. This is kind of the OG when it comes to dropshipping, and it still remains today as an excellent place for beginners to get started. When you're looking to dropship, if you are a beginner, this is one of the best places to do it. It's just one of the easiest to get set up and running, and continues to be that way even to this day, years and years later. And this was actually the first website I ever dropshipped on 8 years ago. This is what started my entire dropshipping journey, at least successfully. I definitely tried some other things in the past. Now, another platform that, of course, a lot of people turn to and think of when it comes to e-commerce is Amazon.com. And of course, Amazon just has a ton of customers, but Amazon is very, very not friendly at all for dropshipping. And that's because Amazon really pushes their FBA program, meaning they want all of their sellers to be using Amazon FBA. It just integrates really well with Amazon. They have more control over what's going on and actual products and shipping times. So they really want sellers to be using Amazon FBA. And unfortunately, with dropshipping, you cannot be part of the FBA program as a dropshipper. It's just not possible with the way the FBA program works. So because of that, Amazon pretty much makes our lives very, very difficult if you try to use anything but FBA on Amazon, which means that if you're trying to dropship on Amazon, it is extraordinarily difficult and will probably result in your account being shut down. It happens to a lot of people. So I would really, really stay away from Amazon as a seller if you are looking to start drop shipping. Now, another huge platform out there that we need to talk about that has been very, very current in the news is, of course, TikTok. Now, TikTok came on the scene a few years ago, and it really, really took off. We were very excited to start drop shipping on here because they do have a marketplace built into TikTok. It's called TikTok Shop. And it's extremely unique because unlike any other marketplace out there, you can list products onto TikTok Shop and then have creators make videos about your products for you that will then market your products and get people to buy them. It is extremely powerful, and it's no wonder that it resulted in such exploding sales for new sellers. Now, as you know, recently TikTok has officially actually been banned in the United States. What does that mean though? Well, right now that is kind of in flux, but there is some good news. Even though that ban has been upheld by the Supreme Court, both Biden and Trump have both said that they will not enforce a TikTok ban. That is very, very good news because that means that without some sort of enforcement mechanism, TikTok can continue to exist in the United States without any sort of repercussions. And once Trump takes office, it is highly speculated that he is going to be able to broker some sort of deal that will allow TikTok to continue into the future in the United States. So for now, we are staying the course when it comes to TikTok. We are not backing down. We are not slowing down because right now, all indications point to the fact that this will continue to exist weeks and months from now. And if for some reason it is banned, we do have a contingency plan for that I'll speak about in just one moment. But I do want to speak about one other marketplace before we do that, and that is Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace was very, very strong about 3 years ago. I will admit it has gone a bit down over the past few years. It isn't as strong as it used to be. But it is still a decent marketplace. It's still decently beginner friendly as well. But what the big news is I want to share about this is that Facebook, in a surprise move, has announced a partnership with eBay, where they are actually going to list eBay listings on Facebook Marketplace. And they've already started to do this in the United States and in Europe. So now we are going to see even more traffic being driven to eBay. This is really huge. There's no wonder why eBay shares soared after this announcement was made because this is very, very big news. So as of right now, I think the two best marketplaces to be selling on as a beginner are eBay, definitely, and also TikTok as well. These are the two powerhouses right now. So if you really want to be successful with dropshipping in 2025, the way to do it is to build one system that allows you to dropship onto both TikTok and eBay at the same time to take advantage of both of those marketplaces. Then if something does happen to TikTok, you are covered because you still have that revenue stream coming in from eBay. And if something like TikTok does shut down, that's just going to drive even more traffic to eBay than is already being sent there by something like Facebook. Now, how do you build one system that will show you how to dropship onto both marketplaces? Well, that's something I'm going to be talking about in a free training that I'm going to be hosting very, very soon. So inside of that training, I'm going to talk about the state of dropshipping in 2025 with the latest updates and what it means for dropshipping. And I'll show you the exact system step by step broken down for you to show you how to dropship onto both TikTok and eBay using one system to spread out your risk, to spread out your gains as well, to get that double exposure to both marketplaces. If you want to sign up for this completely, absolutely free training, it will be live. Make sure to click on the link in the description of this video and register for it because spots are limited. Now, before we move on, I do have to answer the elephant in the room, which is why aren't we selling on our own website? Why aren't we using something like Shopify to build our own dropshipping store? And the reason for that is because increasingly, more and more customers are looking to buy and have trust and faith in platforms and marketplaces and websites that they're familiar with. The web, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, is becoming more and more centralized. So people want to go where they are comfortable and familiar, which are marketplaces. So that's like Amazon, that's like Walmart, or it's like eBay as well. So if you want to dropship, that is the best way to do it. There's already a ton of customers there. They're already comfortable using that website. So why try to reinvent the wheel? Why try to pull people onto a new website where they don't know that website, know you, or trust you? Why not go where the customers already are and take advantage of those sales? And that's exactly what we do on eBay. Now, the next question is, where are you going to source your products from? Because this has changed a lot over the years as well. In the past, most people used to dropship from Chinese suppliers like AliExpress. But I would strongly urge you against doing this. When you use Chinese suppliers, when you're dropshipping from China, the wait time for those products is just way too long. Customers these days do not want to wait this long for their products. It can sometimes take weeks for them to get what they order. That just doesn't fly anymore. Customers want their items faster. They're more and more impatient. A lot of that's just to do with Amazon's fast shipping times, but it is what it is, right? So we are going to use US-based suppliers like Amazon and Walmart, but we're going to use them to dropship onto eBay. So if we return back to our demonstration that I had before, my lovely looking chart over here. In this example, the customers here will be on eBay. You will be selling on eBay. And anytime you get an order in, you're going to buy it from Amazon, you're going to buy it from Walmart, and they are going to ship it directly to your customer for you. So that is the basic model of how this works. So let's actually go now and get this whole thing set up. Okay, so we're going to start on ebay.com, and you're going to click on the top left here if you don't have an account already, and you're going to click here where it says register. Now in here is where you can actually sign up for an account, and you can choose either personal or a business account. If you have the option for a business account, I would definitely go with that one. Anyone is able to set up a business account. From what I understand, you don't necessarily have to have like an LLC or something. And it does give you some advantages. Primarily, usually you get higher limits. Now, limits on eBay are something that a lot of people worry about. They're scared that when they start selling, they're not going to be able to list a lot of products. That is kind of a change that happened on eBay over the past year and a half or so. They used to start out with low limits, but new eBay accounts actually have much higher limits than they used to in the past. So you don't have to worry too much about having low limits on your account. Just set one up and you should be good to go. Now, once you actually get an account set up, you actually want to start looking for products to sell. Now, you can do this manually. However, if you manually look for products, you're not going to have all the data that you need in order to find successful products. So that's why I always use a tool. This is the one that I use. It's called Zeek Analytics. And what Zeek Analytics will do is actually help you find winning products. So there's actually a lot of different product research tools built into Zeek, but I like to use the ones that are right here on the dashboard, at least right when I log in, because it kind of gives you this information just front and center. So right here, it shows me products that are being dropshipped onto eBay from Amazon.com. So I can see, for instance, these pens right here have sold 8 times in the past week and for an $11 profit. And what I can do is I can click right here, and that would bring me over to the product on Amazon, where I can buy the exact, or I can source the exact same one. I can see the exact same product. So then every time I sell this, I can make about $11 profit. And you see that sells 8 times in the past week, and you have like 25 of these products. You can see how that would quickly add up. Here's another one. It's these candy canes. I don't usually sell food, although other people do. Here's a desk calendar with like a $6.83 profit right here. So I like that because it just kind of shows me those products right here. But one of my favorite tools is here on the left. It's called Trending Dropshippers. And what this will show you are other people that are successfully selling on eBay using dropshipping. And I love this, especially beginners should love this as well, because this really gives you insight into what works on eBay when it comes to dropshipping. So if we scan this seller store, because all you have to do is click this and it'll scan their store. and we could see how they're doing over $55,000 a month in sales. And just to give you an idea of how well dropshipping on eBay works, I mean, look at how well these sellers are doing. This one's doing $25,000 a month in sales. This one's doing 32. This one's doing 22. This one's doing 30, all with dropshipping on eBay. So really, really powerful stuff here. So here are the results for that one seller. And if I scroll down, I can see all of the products that they're selling. So they tend to sell a lot of shipping boxes, cardboard, mailers, things like that. So what I can now do is I can go over to my supplier's website and try to find something similar and list those products for sale. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to list the exact same one. I don't have to list the exact same one, because if I do that, I'll then be in direct competition. I know these corrugated cardboard boxes do well, so I don't need to have the exact same one. I just need something similar. And I'll show you one more tool, and then we'll actually find some of these products. So this I love a lot. It's a trending eBay niches. It shows you trending categories on eBay. So right now, for whatever reason, pet supplies are trending. So if I click on this, that will actually scan through that entire category and show me which pet supplies are the most popular in that category. So coming down here to the results, I see that these dog vest jackets are very, very popular right now. And that sort of makes sense because it is a colder time of the year as of the time I'm recording this. So I see this one, and I scroll down, I see another one, another dog winter coat. And I see another dog winter coat. So this is telling me when I see so many of those in the top results that dog winter coats are very popular. So now what I can do is I can return back to walmart.com and I can search for dog winter coat. And what I always look for here is I'm looking for the result that has good reviews, but is as low in price as possible. So this one's $28.99, but that is a little bit expensive, especially when you look at this one that's just $11 here, though it doesn't have great reviews. It only has 3.5. I usually say 3 stars or higher, but let's see if we can find something a little bit better. Now, this one right here is only $10 and it has 87, almost a perfect review score. So I think this is probably the winner right here. But let's scroll down a little more. Let's see if we can find something cheaper. This one doesn't have great reviews, only has, well, it has 3 stars, so that one's okay. But one thing I also always look for is I want to make sure that they're always shipped by Walmart. So it always has to say save with Walmart Plus, like it says here, because that means it's going to be shipped by Walmart. This one doesn't have that, so I don't like that. This one is $10 with good reviews as well. Just trying to see if there's one just maybe a tiny bit cheaper, like maybe closer to $9, because that actually does make a big difference. But I'm not seeing it, to be honest. So I think those two are the winners. We have this one, which is $11. Sorry, this one that's $9.97 with 87 reviews. So this is the one I would list up for sale. And I would also list up that other one that was $10 as well. And that's one of the keys here. You can list up multiple products. You know that dog winter coats do well. Why not list multiple of them? If they don't sell, who cares? It's not like you had to buy all that inventory and now you're stuck with that inventory. So now that we have a product we want to sell, it's time to actually list it up for sale. This is so easy to do. All you're going to do is copy down the URL for this product. Go ahead and copy that. And now we're going to turn to a software called AutoDS. So AutoDS is what I use to automate my entire dropshipping store. It's very easy to use once you set it up and get all the settings right. I'll show you exactly how this works. Once I have it set up, all I have to do is click on Add Product, and I will paste in the URL that I just copied. Now I'll click on this orange button. And what this will do is it will pull everything from Walmart for me. And this works with any supplier, Amazon, Walmart, a ton of suppliers. It pulls it into AutoDS for me. And now what I can do is I can change any of this if I want to. So I usually will change the title. This video is running a little bit long, so I'm not going to show that in this video, but title optimization is very, very important. You want to make sure that your title is fully optimized because this title was pulled from Walmart. It is optimized for Walmart. It is not optimized for eBay. If you want to do well, you need to optimize it. And that's something I'm going to be showing during that live training that I mentioned. So do be sure to join it. Again, the link for that is in the description down below. So I would spend some time to change up that title, but a lot of the other work is done for you. AutoDS automatically adds tags, it automatically selects the cheapest tracking method, it automatically creates your shipping and handling policies. It automatically brings over the description and makes it look nice. If there's any variations, like different colors, which there are here, those will load in. This is just taking a little bit longer to load than normal. All the images are brought over as well, and it creates item specifics. So all you have to do is just change what you have to change, like the title, and once you're ready, you can go ahead and list it for sale. And if you come down here, you'll see that we have these monitors. We have stock monitoring, we have price monitoring, and we have auto ordering. You may not be able to see that's all the way down at the bottom. So what does this mean? This means that if the price changes on Walmart, that price will automatically change on eBay for me. If the item goes out of stock on Walmart, the item will automatically go out of stock in my eBay store. And if someone orders the item from me, AutoDS will actually order it from Walmart for me, put in the buyer's shipping address, and have it shipped directly to the customer automatically. So there you go. That's an overview of dropshipping in 2025 with all the current laws and regulations, as well as an overview of how to get started dropshipping on eBay. However, if you're looking to dropship onto TikTok, or you want a system that can future-proof your business, that will allow you to sell on eBay and TikTok and any marketplace in the future, make sure to come to that live training I mentioned before, because I'll show you the exact system that I put together that can future-proof your dropshipping business. So make sure to register for it. It's at the first link in the description down below, and I'll see you there. Bye for now.